Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are about to approach the new year, the second year of our series. We've been running through 2006 in this series, and we are about to reach 2007. We are one day away from 2007. I wanted to wait, so my first initial reaction of where our superstars scored on the top 500 list was legit, and you can experience that firsthand. So I haven't gone ahead. I have played the last couple of episodes of Impact though, and we'll get into that in a moment's time. But there's a few things we've got to cover. There's been some signings, as always. There's been some opportunities as well. So we'll get into it. We'll start off right from the bottom. So we had Paul London. He's now officially on our roster. He's now joined up. We had him debut on Explosion recently. So we'll show you that in a moment's time. Roderick Strong getting Ring of Honor offers. Shelly Martinez, of course, we just recently signed her as well. She's now a part of our roster. We had her debut as well. James Mitchell introduced her as her new client and a new member of the stable. So that was the way she debuted. We'll get into that soon as well. Brock Lesnar, he's gone. He's gone to train for his MMA fight. So he'll be out for another 4 months and 2 weeks, so he's not available, and I don't think he's been employed anywhere anyways, so he doesn't really have a job right now anyways. He was touring with New Japan. He stopped touring with them in March, and then he went to Noah for a few months as well, but I don't think he's had a match for a while. Let's have a look at his last match. Was in August, so he hasn't had a match in a while anyways. And his average rating is 83, his best being 94, so he should rank pretty highly on that top 500 list. But he's gone, so maybe him and Lashley are going to have a fight. Who knows? That'd be really cool if that was just happened, went and happened. But you don't actually know who he fights. Other things, Rob Conway, his contract is up, and we still have the chance to sign him. I did offer him a contract deal. I gave him just an offer. I just threw one out there. He's 32, and his skills are actually a lot better than I expected. His match history, average rating of 71. You can see he doesn't really get that many matches. He went about a few month period there where he didn't get a match at all. Maybe he was injured. No, well, he wasn't. He just wasn't used. Popularity-wise is very low, 43. That's the main deterrent from signing him. But his in-ring ability is actually quite decent. I'm very surprised about that, to be honest. Decent star quality, okay mic skills, but overall, not too bad. He's actually okay. So I did offer him a deal, but WWE gave him another one. They kind of want him a little bit more. They want to give him a 4-year deal. For me to get him, I'd have to give him maybe a 5-6 year deal. I don't really want to do. I don't think I'll ever play 5 years of this playthrough, anyways. But I don't know if I want to do that, and I don't know if I want to give him a big contract offer. So, look, if I brought him in, I don't think I've got a place for him because we've got so many guys in our roster right now. We've really started to stack our roster quite well. We're almost at that point where we need to maybe make Explosion a little longer or something like that because we're not using all our talent every week, which is frustrating. Sometimes we don't use them for the month. Kofi Kingston, his developmental contract was expiring. We did offer him a new deal. We gave him a 6-month deal. And look at Kofi Kingston, his progression. It's been pretty okay. He's slowly moving up in his abilities. Most things that have been pretty weak have improved. His basics 73 to 78, which is good. Psychology 53 to 71. So he's definitely improving, which is good to see. He's got good athleticism as we expect. What's his aerial skills? Is only 64, so you'd think Kofi Kingston would probably be about 75, 80 at least, but not quite yet. A little bit more developmental to go. But you see, star quality is actually 86, which is really good. Anything 75 plus, I think, for star quality is really good, which means that they really have the potential to get popularity and have the potential to be a main event star and a big name for your company. So Kofi Kingston actually has that 86 star quality. That's really, really good. So he probably is worth keeping around for a little bit longer. He's only 21, that's the thing, so I haven't really done a lot with him or looked at him too much because he's so young. But I just want to keep him employed. That's the thing. I just want to give him a job so he's still wrestling, rather than him being unemployed for 6 months, not really doing a lot. Let's keep him wrestling. Let's keep him developing. That's kind of all I want to do there with him. The other person I want to sign is Angel Williams. Now, obviously, she has a history in TNA down the line. So she's currently in Deep South Wrestling, which is one of WWE's developmentals, and her deal is expiring. Her popularity isn't great, but none of the women on our roster's popularity is very good. Her in-ring ability looks to be passable. Her match history, she's only had 2 matches. 2 matches in a year. That's pretty hard to kind of see, well, how good is she? So she's not wrestling, so she's not getting used. Maybe she's more as a manager, I don't know. But that's kind of frustrating, so we can't really get much of a look at her. Her match history isn't good, so I'm not expecting too much from her. But if I get her, I might put her in developmental and see how she goes down there, and we'll reassess from there. Natalia's contract was expiring. We gave her a new contract. Eve Torres, she's the other one. Originally, if you had asked me a couple of months ago, I would have said, no, I'm going to get rid of Eve Torres because she's not doing well at all. But then I just had a look at her progress, and just look at the last couple of months, her progression compared to the beginning. So the beginning, she was terrible, nowhere. And then just the last few months, she's just really started to develop. You can see her chain wrestling. In April it was 19, now it's 40, very similar to mat wrestling. So she's just starting to get there. Her basics have gone from 20 to 48, psychology 20 to 50. So you can see, if you had have asked me around July, I would have been pretty hesitant. But now she's really started to develop. So we do know that Eve ends up being a decent wrestler at the end of the day. So that's why I was a little concerned that she wasn't developing at all. I was wondering if is she ever going to develop? But looks to me that she will, and that's a very positive thing. So we'll keep her in developmental. She's still got a long way to go, but there is the signs that she will get to that point where she can be usable on our roster. And last but not least, Perry Saturn. So I asked you guys, should we get Perry Saturn or should we not? It was a bit of a mixed reaction. Most of you, though, I think said yes. So we signed Perry Saturn, and we actually put him in developmental. Now, he could be used on our main roster. 53 popularity isn't that bad. Definitely could bring him in and use him for a little bit, have him put over some of our lower end guys. For sure, we could definitely do that, and we may do that. But for now, I'm going to stick him down in developmental and see how he goes. And speaking of developmental, we actually have put a few different people in developmental. So we did sign Fujita. And I've actually stuck him in developmental because I want to use his in-ring ability to work with my new guys. Plus, his popularity isn't great. If I'm on a Southeast or a Southwest show, I might use him. He had one match against Kenta, I believe. No, Tanahashi. So he had a match against Tanahashi, and he wasn't that great in it. It wasn't a fantastic match from him. I'm thinking, though, it was because his popularity is so bad. I think it was one of his bad regions. So we'll see and reassess in a Southeast or Southwest region how he goes, or Puerto Rico. So if he has a good performance there, then we might use him a little bit more. But I think we might get a little bit more out of him right now in developmental. At least it should bump his popularity up a little bit as well. So put him in developmental and let him work with some of our new guys and young guys, and hopefully that'll work. Michael Shane. Now, we know we've had the struggles with Michael Shane this whole series. I mean, are we ever going to get anything out of this kid? Is he ever going to be anything decent? You can see he's not getting enough matches. This is the thing. You take away... Let's just have a look at the TNA matches he's had. He's only had 11 matches all year. And that's the thing. He's not going to develop with that few of matches. Yes, house shows and things like that. That's okay. You can see his average match rating is 71. And I think that's more so because of his... opponents have really carried him through to good performances. His best is only 77, so that's quite telling right there. So he's just not developing. He's just not getting anywhere. He's just not progressing. So because of that, we've had to we're not cutting him or anything like that. His contract did expire, and I've given him a 3-month deal. I want to take a look at him and see if he's progressing or doing anything in developmental. If he's not, and I think I might have to let him go. But we'll see. We'll give him a chance to wrestle in developmental, and we'll see how he goes. And quite honestly, I wouldn't surprise me if the CPU gives him the belt or something like that as well. Expect that to happen. But yeah, look, so he'll be one of the top guys in developmental. So we'll see how he goes. And is that it? I think that might be it. Yes, Perry Saturn's there, and yeah, so that's pretty much it there. So yeah, so we've made a few changes to the developmental as well. But all right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next year. This is where I liked seeing this list because you get to find out who's the best wrestler, and it's always cool to have a look at where your roster ranks. I don't think we're going to have anyone in the top 5. I think WWE and New Japan are really going to lock that up because they've had killer matches 99 out. But there's a chance. There's a chance that some of our best guys, Christian, Muhammad Hassan, have had some great matches throughout the year. Fallen Angel's been really good. That's why we kind of don't want to have our top guys work with lower end guys too much because that will really affect their ranking. And I like to see their ranking up high, but we're about to find out. I mean, it's a new year as well, which means some contracts will definitely come up as well, which is always exciting. So, Wrestler of the Year, there you go, has gone to Shawn Michaels. So, Shawn Michaels, what a surprise, is the Wrestler of the Year. Company of the Year. Oh, we've done it. Company of the Year, TNA. So, there you go. We have won Company of the Year. So we win that because we're on a consistent basis, we're having the best shows out of all the companies. So that is excellent. So we've actually just managed to outdo WWE in that regard, which is awesome. We are the Company of the Year. That's quite a reward. I don't think I've won Company of the Year that many times playing this game. Or usually I play a smaller company and I'm trying to defeat WWE, so it's always difficult, but it's good to see that we are still number 2 and we've been able to edge them out there, so that's really cool. Team of the Year is DX, so there you go. Hard to compete with DX. Match of the Year, we're not going to get this one. Match of the Year, December to Dismember, where Batista beat Shawn Michaels. That was recently, so we could probably see that, and it was rated 100, so Batista beat Shawn for the World Heavyweight title, and it was rated 100. So you basically have to get 100 to get Match of the Year. And that's the thing, there's so many matches that are rated 100. I don't know how they pick what is the best match of the year. If there is 15 matches that are 100 rated, who knows, but they do. Show of the Year was actually ours, Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory was our show, was the show of the year. So there you go, Bound for Glory, let's have a look, was a 94 rated pay-per-view, and that is actually, well, definitely our best show, but it's actually the best show of the year, full stop. So that's awesome. So we've come away with 2 awards already. That's fantastic. Young Wrestler of the Year is Alex Shelley. So yep, again, that's another one of our guys, Alex Shelley, Young Wrestler of the Year. And I'm not that surprised. He's had some really killer matches in the last couple of months, working with Fallen Angel, and he had a match against AJ, Christian Cage. He had some really good matches towards the end of the year. I think if you take away the last 2 months, I don't think he wins this award because his first part of the year was nothing special, more so in a tag team. But I tell you what, he really amped it up towards the end and had a terrific end of the year. So that's fantastic. Veteran Wrestler of the Year is Misawa, so he's in Noah. His match average is 83, which is pretty good because he's only 44, which isn't that old. I mean, once you're past 45, that's when things get tough. But 44, he probably still is pretty decent, and his 84 popularity in Japan, that always helps too. Female of the Year, Trish Stratus. So I reckon Melina could have been a chance, but Trish takes it out, and that's why she's had 78 rated matches. Melina's probably low 70s. So, yeah, well deserved. Her best match being 91. I can't see who that was against. I would like to see that. Must have been kind of recent. I can't. Oh, here we go. Mickie James versus Trish Stratus. That was just on Velocity, and they got a 91 for that. So there you go. Well done to them. Most Improved Company Year is TNA. Had to be. We went from... Let's take a look at the size right now. We've really grown. So And we've grown again this month. So we started at 54 and we got to 73 across the board. 68 in the southeast, 78 now in the southeast. That's a lot of improvement. That's nearly 20 points worth of improvement. 19 points we increased in the US. Excellent. Other regions, I mean, look, Canada 15 and 19, not ideal. We tried, it just wasn't really going anywhere. Mexico a little bit, Japan and England and British Isles not really much. Europe, we actually have a decent TV deal in Central Europe. We've got a pretty large TV deal. I don't know why, but we just do. And you can see 11 to 38 because of that TV deal. So if we actually held an event in Europe, we'd probably do pretty good. And New Zealand has a little bit of improvement as well. So just on this while we're here, you can see our next size is going to be national. To get to national, we need 65 importance in 8 regions. And you can see we've got 70, 67, 72, 69, 72, 5 areas done. We actually had 6 areas done, but one of them's actually gone down. So we only had 2 to go, but now we've got 3 to go. So Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic are both on 64 and Northwest. So 3 areas are on 64. So if we get those 3 areas to 65, we're going to move up to national, which means Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, all these names that we haven't been able to sign will now sign with us. So that is a real crucial turning point, and it could be the moment in this series where we go from being second best to number 1. That's if, of course, we do decide to sign those guys and really load up our roster. I don't know if I will, but the potential would definitely be there. And last but not least, Independent Wrestler of the Year went to Van Hammer. So these are the guys that just can't get a job anywhere. Doesn't, you know, if they're unemployed, this is when they're eligible, and he couldn't get a job anywhere. So he's actually got decent popularity. So I'm surprised he hasn't really been able to pick up a job. And you can see he's just been working American Independent. So anyone unemployed is eligible for that. Oh, we've got actually a few more. Manager of the Year goes to Conan. So he's been managing for us, managing Homicide, but not for that long. He's been in and out a couple times, and he's obviously working in Mexico, I believe, as well. So I'm not going to take the credit for that one, but he does technically work for us, so that's good. Announcer of the Year, Jim Ross. Okay, so no surprise. Color commentator, Kevin Nash. Wow. Okay, big Kevin actually has 92 color, so fair enough. Referee of the Year goes to Tassilo Jung, and he works for DPW. So there you go. Just a random dude, and his refereeing is 98. Are you kidding? 98 refereeing. I'm signing him. That's it. I'll give him an 8-year contract. 98 refereeing. And he's not working in a major company. Alright, we gotta fix that. He is coming to us. He's getting to us. Alright, so there you go. So that's the end of the year awards. We'll check the full 500 list in a moment's time. Just want to quickly check. Our developmental had a major event. So GFW, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. What a terrible name for a major event. But anyways, 3,600 attendance. Rhino beat Harry Smith, 69 rated, so not quite great for Harry Smith. We really want to see if Harry Smith can take that next leap. Doesn't look like he can yet. Molina beat Eve Torres for 65 rated. That's actually okay. TJ beat Suicide. Heavy Duty beat the Shield to retain the tag titles. Billy Kay beat Maurice. And Fujita beat Nick Jackson, which was actually 70 rated, the best match of the show. There you go, 58 overall. Alright, so let's quickly have a look here. Terry, there, all these people can now work in a new area. That doesn't really apply to us. And it looks like a new company formed. Contracts. Alright, so Kofi, he's going to stick around. And Angel Williams is going to sign with us. So that's cool. So we'll get her in. Power 500. So here we go. The top 500 for the year. Shawn Michaels number 1, Triple H number 2, Benoit 3, Taker number 4, Angle 5. Cena, where's our guys? Is anyone in the top 10? Cena 6, Guerrero 7, Edge 8, Batista 9, Kabashi 10, Van Dam. Where is our guys? 15, Samoa Joe, our top rated. So there you go. Top rated Samoa Joe. So he had the best matches, averaging 85 this year. And I got to agree with that. Samoa Joe really had some awesome matches. He was definitely our best throughout the year. So well done to him. He had a great year. And let's hope he can get that main event role established. You can see just 71 popularity at the moment. We really need to get him up to 80, 85. We can filter and just have a look at our guys. So Joe 15. Christian came in at 22. And a quick look at him, just to compare, 86 average rating. So there you go, 86. Isn't that higher than Joe? Joe was 85. So Christian actually averaged 86 and got less on the rankings. So I don't know how it really works. It is based upon match ratings. Well, I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, we won't argue with it. Fallen Angel, 25. AJ, 28. Let's have a quick look at AJ. He had some good matches. 83. And Abyss, 35. Muhammad Hassan, 36. That's actually really impressive from Hassan, considering where he started at this year. You can see the start of the year, 60s, 70s, even like 40, 50, 60. Really not amazing. But then you look at his second half of the year, when he just started to get in that Bound for Glory series. This is when he just started to become a true star. And he just started putting on 80s, 90s, high 80s consistently. And had a great year at the end of the year. At the end of the day, he had a great year. Even Marufuji actually had a terrific year. I think actually no, I was going to say you can credit his his overseas stuff working for Noah. And you probably can. Most of the year was Noah. That was all his best stuff, so we won't give him too much credit. Homicide, Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Hardy, Kenta, A-Train, Shelley, Tanahashi. So yeah, even Big Scotty Steiner made the list. So there you go. Who was our worst? Jazz. What a shocker. She had a shocking year, to be honest. Actually averaged 56, which isn't that bad considering. But her own performances were not good. Not good at all. And she's probably lucky that we've got a pretty poor women's roster right now, otherwise she'd be gone. Jerry Lynn, I think he only had 2 matches. Oh, he had a few working in a different promotion. There you go. But most of our women, as you can see, are down the bottom of the list. Gal Kim, 236 is the best. Melina, 194. So that's pretty good for her. She averaged 73 for a woman. That's pretty solid. So yeah, that's our list. We're not going to go through every single person, but you get the gist of it. Always cool to take a look at this list, though, just so you can see where you're at, what's going on, and also you can kind of just keep an eye on keep an eye on your progression and just kind of, I don't know, just you could clearly see who's putting on the best matches all the time, and you can probably get a bit of an idea of saying, okay, I look at this list and I can see quite clearly Samoa Joe is my best on the roster this year. I should probably give him a push. That type of thing. So at least it's a bit of a guide, and if you want to look at it like that, you definitely can. So we did do 2 shows, and we'll quickly run through the results here. We probably won't book another show today, but I just wanted to really run through the end of the year stuff. So we did Turning Point, which was 87 overall. Then we moved on to Impact, which got an 84 rated show, 10,000 in attendance. We're trying to get into we're trying to go to the arenas where we need that one extra point to move into national. That's where we're going to try and host most of our shows from now on. 84 rated. We had Tanahashi beat Vegeta. So we had Fallen Angel. He came out and attacked Muhammad Hassan. So what happened was Roddy Piper said, hey, Muhammad Hassan's the champ. Everyone needs to show him some respect. And, he called out some of the top guys on on Impact to come out and shake his hand and respect him. But Fallen Angel refused to do it and instead attacked him, so kind of starting that feud. Machine Guns beat Marufuji and Kenta. Sabu beat Petey Williams. Now, we were actually going to give Sabu the X Division Championship match, but I kind of forgot about Paul London, so we scrapped that very quickly. But yeah, we did give him a win over Williams just to kind of give him that boost, because I did think he was going to be that guy, but he's not. Beth Phoenix beat Sarita, Rhino beat Alex Skipper, and Fallen Angel won a big battle royal. There was a lot of guys in that matchup. I don't know if I can see who was in it, but yeah, so there was a lot of guys in that match. Sting, Abyss, AJ, Joe, Jarrett, all the top guys were in it. So yeah, we gave Fallen Angel that massive win. Afterwards, Muhammad Hassan came out and smacked Angel in the face with the belt, and that's what you get for not respecting the champ. We then did Explosion, and you can see attendance of only 77. So we tried something different. We hosted a show in Canada. I just wanted to see if that will help us. We do explosions here and there in different regions. Because, you know, Explosion, yes, we'll draw 2,000 or 1,500, whatever we will. It's not that big of a deal, though, if we do convert that into a smaller arena. But only 77 in attendance. That just goes to show how bad we are in Canada right now. But Sting, well, of course, we had Bret Hart on the show. You go to Canada, you got to have Bret Hart in the show. So we put Bret Hart on the show, and it was the Insane Asylum coming out to try and attack Bret Hart. But Sting came in with the bat, beat them all up, took them out, saved the day. New Age Outlaws beat Petey Williams and Eric Young. Team Canada, Gal Kim beat Alyssa Flash. And we had AJ and Bobby Roode one-on-one, which was a good match, actually. Only 79 rated, but their in-ring performances, I think AJ was 86, Bobby Roode 80. I tell you what, that would be a good feud down the line. Those two would have a really good feud. So that's something we may revisit at some point. And that was actually their first time they had a match at all this year. So we've kept them apart all year somehow. That was their first match, and I just kind of put that one together. But there you go. Then we did Impact, 90 rated show and nearly 10,000 attendance. So a bit better of a show this week. We had a pretty strong main event. Gal Kim had Rebecca Knox ambushed by Awesome Kong. So we're going to do Rebecca Knox and Gal Kim. So I figured, let's not have Gal Kim sit on the sideline. She needs to keep working with our up-and-coming women. And putting her with Rebecca Knox, probably Gal Kim will win the feud, but hopefully these segments will help Rebecca Knox get to that next level, because we really do need to get these women rolling. Matt Morgan beat Chris Hero, 79 rated. Oh yeah, we had it. Fallen Angel and Muhammad Hassan opened the show up, 100 rated promo, excellent. Austin Aries and Roderick Strong beat the Naturals. Naturals are just our jobber team right now. Homicide beat Shannon Moore. We're going to do Homicide and Shannon Moore as a feud, just to give them both something to do. We haven't done anything with Homicide for a little bit. And also, I want to kind of see if Shannon Moore can hang. You know, if Homicide might be able to carry him to some good performances. Just get a little bit of a look at him and see how he goes. And then we had Kenta beat Nagata as well, 82 rated between those two. They didn't get a lot of time, but enough, 82 rated. And we gave Kenta just that win just to boost him up a little bit. And we had a time limit draw. So the plan is now we're going to have Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy battle it out for a few weeks. You know, we're going to keep Jeff Hardy away from the title picture for now. Maybe down the line at a big pay-per-view, one of our bigger shows of the year. Maybe not Slammiversary, but Lockdown or something, we might do Jeff Hardy and Muhammad Hassan. So for now, we'll keep Jeff, just building him up. But we also want to try and get Joe up as well. So some good matches against Jeff Hardy may do so, or help at least. So time limit draw. We ran out of time. 20-minute match. We're out of time. We're going to go off the air. It's a draw. 92 rated, and that helped get the show to 90 overall. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We are in the new year. Lots of new things are happening. It is an exciting time, no doubt about that. I really do like the new year atmosphere. It's a bit of a fresh start for us as well. We get to go through and revisit all those great pay-per-views that we did. You know, Lockdown again, the Destination X, Slammiversary, Bound for Glory. We can start doing all those concepts again, which is always really cool and really fun. So I gotta say, we had a really good year, considering that we did win Company of the Year. You know, that tells a story. Kenny Omega is injured, so he's in developmental for us. He's a tag champ, and it's not a major injury. He's not a temporary death, thank goodness. Rob Conway signed with the WWE, so he's staying there. And Eve Torres, she'll stick around developmental for another 6 months. And Alex Shelley wants a pay rise. Alex, you can have whatever you want, my friend. I'm going to give you as much money as you need because you are doing excellent. And I don't mind giving someone a pay rise. If you're performing, you're doing a good job, I will give you that pay rise. I just want to quickly check if there is any new wrestlers that have entered in. I think there is. Let's have a look. New workers. So going down, starting in January. Are these? Oh, these are all the new people that have started. Holy shit. Okay. So Karen Angle. So Karen Jarrett. She's now in. Let's not sign her because that will probably end up in a divorce if we get her in and her and Jeff Jarrett see each other. So she's actually got good popularity, 60, not gonna lie, but she's 34. No, thank you. Atlas DeBone, I have no idea. Joe Henning. So Curtis Axel, we could sign him. You can see stats are absolutely abysmal though, but it'd be cool if he actually did get pretty good, because I actually really like Mr. Perfect. Whenever I do a TW playthrough of, the 90s or early 2000s, I always give Mr. Perfect a big push. Cafu, I don't know who that is. Lacey Von Erich, she would not be a bad idea for our women's division, so I might put her on the short list and just keep an eye on her. Maybe we might bring her to developmental. We definitely do need more women. Amy Hennig, so she's also an option as well. I didn't even know about her too much. Oh, here we go. Bray Wyatt. Wow. So Bray Wyatt is available, and we'll put him on the short list. We probably will sign him. Alright, let's just do it. Let's just give him a developmental deal. Let's give him a 6-month deal. We'll see how he goes. But yeah, Bray Wyatt is available. Lindsay Dorado, so he's in the Cruiserweight division these days. He's also available. Not too fussed at him right now, but someone to keep an eye on maybe. Rob Terry, obviously he part of TNA for a while there, so good star quality and good sex appeal, so there you go. Good menace as well, so he'd actually be decent, but his in-ring work stuff isn't great, but someone who could go to developmental definitely and do pretty decent. And that's Andrew Everett as well, so he's also, wow, he's only 14! 14! I don't know about that. We probably can't sign him yet. Actually, he's got pretty good stats for a 14-year-old, so there you go. There's probably a few other names that I'm missing, but we might revisit that down the line. But there you go. So that's some decent people coming in as well. And that's always another interesting thing as well, because it is a new year. They generally do have a lot more people coming in. Alright, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Total Extreme Wrestling. And it's a new year. Let me know if you have any storyline ideas. This is the storylines we're going with. It's already on your screen throughout the whole video. But if you have any ideas or where we should start heading, let me know. Also, I forgot to mention, I probably should go over this more so in the next episode, but we did revisit our top 5. So our top faces, top heels, this is where we're at right now. We also are going to include our legends on this list. Normally we keep the legends out of it. But you can see Christian's top face, number 1, number 2 is Goldberg, Jeff Hardy 3, Sting 4, AJ 5. Top heels, Hassan 1, Abyss 2, Jarrett 3, Steiner 4, Samoa Joe 5. That's just mainly based on their popularity right now, but also kind of where we see them on the list. So maybe we'll go into more detail with that next episode, but just thought I would share that. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. More likes, more episodes from me, so another like would really appreciate it. So 100 likes would be fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's going to be a big year. Big year coming up. Do not miss it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next episode.